How's it going, Webheads? My name is Ryan Walsh, and this is the movie review for Ghost in the Shell. If you guys want to hear my thoughts on Ghost in the Shell, make sure to stay tuned. Alrighty guys, so this is my non-spoiler / spoiler review of Ghost in the Shell. If you guys have seen my movie reviews before, you know how it's structured. First half's going to be non-spoiler, last half's going to be spoiler-filled. I will definitely tell you guys when it's spoiler time. I will not jump right out there and just be like, yep, and this happened in the movie, this happened in the movie. No, I'm not that kind of guy. I don't want to spoil the movie for you if you want to see it. But how I'm really going to structure this for the non-spoiler part, basically I'm going to go through my positives, my negatives, and then my overall thoughts, telling you guys, is it Webhead approved? What do I rate it out of 10? And should you guys go see the movie and spend all that money on it, even though it's only like $8? But still, should you spend the money on it? Is it worth it? So first, let's get into this thing. So my positives for this movie, a lot of it revolves around the the scale, the size of this movie, and how cool the visual effects and just how visually awesome this movie is. Everything that you've seen from the trailer, if you guys have seen the trailers, in my I think I did a couple of trailer reactions on this, but from the trailers alone, you'll definitely notice that this is a visually just amazing movie. And everything there, the world from the anime. Now, I will say this first off. I was not a fan of the anime. I watched the first hour of it, and then I was kind of like, I'm not really into this. This isn't really for me. I stopped it, I came back, and then I was like, yeah, no, this isn't my type of movie. For me personally, it just wasn't my type of movie for the anime one. Going into this though, I thought it would be completely different. Not story-wise, but just kind of the feels. It felt different. You know what I mean? So I thought that visually it was much better, but you can definitely see how it took inspiration from the anime original, and just how it translated on film and how cool it was and how much better it was from the 1995 version, given it was from 1995. So give it a little, come on, give it a break. But Scarlett Johansson in the role of Major, I thought she was pretty good for the role. I know there was a lot of controversy on race. I always look at animes and all that, and I always think to myself, it's well, I don't know if there's really a specific race for anime. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I thought Scarlett Johansson, I mean, guys, it's kind of obvious. Scarlett Johansson's a big name actress, and she sells the movie. That's really how it goes. I mean, I never heard of this before, so for me, going into this, looking at Scarlett Johansson's attached to it, that gets me a little more in the door, rather than some random Asian actress that I don't know. But if it was some high caliber Asian actress, then yeah, I'd probably go see it too, so it didn't really matter to me. There's some awesome action in this movie too. It's it is jam-packed with some action. Some of it, I would say for the first half of the movie, it really, I really liked the movie. I really liked the first half of the movie. The action was really cool. I liked the villain going in this, who they portray as the villain in this. Really, really cool. I liked how, Scarlett Johansson, it feels like she's a robot. That's not a spoiler because it shows you in the trailers and all that, but it shows you that she is she's powerful. She uppercuts some dude at one point. I'm like, holy crap. She they show the full strength of Major, and they really they take it to a whole new level, guys. I felt as though this movie, from the anime one and this one, was very weird. It's very much out there. It's not a regular, type of movie. It's very weird. But the thing is that I actually did appreciate from the movie is that it embraced the weirdness. It didn't try to differentiate from the original one and try to make it more cooler, modern, all that kind of stuff, completely different. No, it does take from the original one, and it definitely embraces what came before. I heard there was a couple changes, but for me, I didn't notice because I only watched the first hour of the movie in the anime one. But I thought that this one was better than the anime one, so I think that's kind of telling you something. Now for my negatives, I thought that for my negatives, this movie, the first half was good. I really liked the first half. It was solid. It was a good movie. And then it just has a turning point, one scene when she meets the villain, and it just has a turning point. And just that kind of, right then and on, I thought the movie just went, really went downhill. I didn't think it got better from there. I thought it was a snooze fest. It got really boring. I did not care about, like, anybody. Like, I just didn't care after that point. The first half of the movie was getting me, like, I was kind of caring about certain characters, and then after a while I was just like, I don't care who dies. I don't care. Major was kind of getting to that point as well, but the character Major, I actually did care at the end of the whole thing. I really asked myself, like, did you care if she died or not? Yeah, I kind of would have cared. But every other character in the movie, nope, I don't care at all. I felt as though they didn't give much to care about for those characters. I don't even remember any of their names. That's kind of how bad it was for the other characters. There's like the white-haired dude with the goggles, the weird eyes. That's all I can say to you guys. That's really it. That's it. That's all I got for you. I just didn't feel like it was really that well done for the last half, and the character development, I didn't think it was that well done either. I thought it was really poor and it just dragged on, guys. It really did. It's one of those movies that just drags on the last half. I felt as though if you just ended the movie like halfway through, or just maybe made it a little longer at some parts through the first half, boom, right there. That would have been your movie. That would have been an awesome movie. And the last part of my negatives, guys, is that I felt like this was one of the biggest problems, other than the movie kind of being boring the last half. There's just too many villains. There's way too many villains in this movie. And you know, it just kept going on and on. And honestly, I didn't even think the final villain was the final villain, because by that point, I was just like, okay, there's going to be another villain in there. There's just too many villains. They should have stuck to the one. If they had that one villain and didn't do a twist in the movie, they just had that specific half of the movie, made it a little longer in like the middle of it, maybe a couple more action scenes, it would have been totally fine. It really would have. And you know, I just thought that last half of this movie really did do a number on the movie, because the first half, it's like you get introduced to the story, you get introduced to the main character, all the other supporting characters, and then you kind of learn about everybody, all that kind of stuff. It definitely got you doing that, and then they set a course. They're like, laser focus, here's the villain, let's go get him. And that's what you do. Very quick to find the villain, and then it just goes off the rails after that. It really does, in my opinion. It goes off the rails. Now for my overall thoughts, telling you guys, should you guys spend your money, your hard-earned money on this movie? Is it worth it to see Ghost in the Shell this weekend, next weekend, or even ever? And I will have to say a no. No, it is not. I think this is something that you can definitely go see on, like, you know, wait for it to come out on Stars or HBO, Netflix, anything like that. I just don't think this is a movie that's worth the money. And it's kind of disappointing to say that, because I was actually really looking forward to this movie. I thought it looked really cool, and it was cool at some points, but then overall, the last half was just so boring. And yes, it was one of those movies where I was really looking at my watch and I'm like, okay, is it over yet? I kind of want to get the hell out of here. It got that bad for me, guys. And I know a lot of people will enjoy this movie, but personally, I just can't recommend it to anybody, because I just don't think it's worth the money to go see it. So unfortunately, this movie is not Webhead approved. And if I had to give a score for the movie, I'd probably have to give it like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. I'll probably lean towards 5. I will give it a 5 out of 10, and that's the best I can do for it, because I just did not think that this was that exciting, other than the first half of the movie. It just, the negatives outweigh the positives for this, and I just can't tell anybody they should go and see this movie. So that is my movie review for Ghost in the Shell, guys. Tell me down in the comments, what did you guys think of the movie? I really want to know your thoughts. Did you guys like the movie? If you did, totally tell me down in the comments below. I don't mind talking about the movie with you guys. I don't mind it at all. And also, make sure you guys like this video if you liked it, and share it to all of your other movie friends, so that they can have an idea of what is to come from Ghost in the Shell. So now, guys, we are going to be going into spoiler territory. Yes, I'm going to be doing spoilers for Ghost in the Shell. So if you have not seen the movie, do not go past this point. go see the movie or don't see the movie after what I just said. I mean, if you don't even want to see the movie, you can probably just keep going. Doesn't really matter. Alrighty guys, if you're here, you've either seen the movie or you just don't care. You just want to hear what happens in the movie. You're not going to go see it now that I told you it wasn't that great. So yeah, let's get into it. So really what you get from the movie, right from the very beginning, Major is being built. I thought that part was cool. I liked seeing her being built. They were telling her, everybody, all the doctors and all that, all the robotics people, I don't know what to call them, but basically they're just telling them, oh, you're the first of your kind. And the whole thing is basically, they saved her body. They were telling her that they saved her mind, put her brain into a robotic body, and that's basically the ghost in the shell, guys. That's what it means. That's the ghost in the shell. Her mind is the ghost of her other body, and the shell is the robot. Totally makes sense. I mean, I could have guessed that, but whatever. It's not a big deal. So as we keep going through this movie, we basically know that the doctors are like, and all those other people, they're like, oh, hey, was it, you died this way. This is how everybody in your family died. It's part of, like, the Section 9, I think it was called, that's, like, basically hunting down terrorists and all that. She's basically, to kill terrorists. She's hunting down terrorists, basically, which I actually thought was really cool, and definitely gives her a purpose in her new life. Other than just being like, oh, we have to run tests on you, you're going to be a lab rat. And so she goes after this villain. She finally finds the villain, and then it turns out he's not a villain. He's actually just basically her, and she finds out that everything that they've told her is basically a lie. Which I personally thought at the time, I was like, okay, this is going to get good. This is going to be pretty good. And then it just, from that point, it just dragged on because I didn't care. I was like, because it's like, if they did it really quick, if this movie was a little, like, say, like, I will even go as 30 or 40 minutes shorter, then I probably would have been happier, and this whole thing would have been fine with the whole, twisting the movie. This is not the villain anymore. This actually is somebody that was also basically somebody's mind put into an android, but he was a failed attempt. Major was the only one that basically was a success for the robotics group, or whatever the hell you want to call them. She was the only success, and this was one of the rejected ones, the villain or would-be villain, that they told her about and told her to go hunt down. And I thought that was fine at the time. I was like, okay, cool, then they're gonna do this little twist. She's gonna go after the doctors and all that, and that'll be the end of the movie. Well, no. She got to go deep into her past. And then there's this really weird moment in the movie where she's feeling, like when she's feeling the woman's face, she goes into I don't even know, I felt like it was like a strip club or something. Like she would literally, can I feel your face? I mean, I get it. I totally get why it was there and what it was supposed to do. But for me personally, that did not work. I was like, this is weird. I was like she got so close, I was just kind of like sitting there and I'm like, kiss, kiss, kiss. It got like that weird, and I was just trying to make it even weirder, but it just didn't work for me, guys. I didn't like that. I totally get that she wanted to know what it felt like to feel someone else, to feel someone else's skin. What's the difference between you and me? We both look the same, kind of like that. But as we go, and she finally was like, okay, it's the doctor. I had to confront the doctor woman that created me. So she finally gets there, and she's just like looking down at her, and she's like, am I the only one? She's like, no. She spills all the beans, all that kind of stuff. She got really easily captured. She like figures out her past. That's where this is where I started getting bored, guys, and I just like really was losing track of the movie because I was just getting so bored. I was just kind of like, okay, yep, okay. And she basically got her spill all the beans. Then she kind of went and solved for a little while. Then the Section 9, I don't know if it was Section 9 or the company that owned her, basically captured her really easily. She didn't fight back. And then they were about to kill her. The doctor had like a thing up to her, about to kill her, and I thought right there, I was like, wow, this is really dumb if this is how it's gonna end. Is this how it's gonna end? And then of course in the back of my mind, I'm like, nah, this can't be. This would be really dumb if they did this. And of course, there's the doctor, put her memories back, or gave her memories. And there's the doctor who gave her memories, faked the death, and then now you have a new villain, which is not the doctor anymore, that's who I kind of portrayed as a villain. That's personally what I thought, because she was been lying to her the whole time. And now it's the company guy who basically owns everybody and pays for the whole thing. And then you basically go on where she's on the run and she finds the villain from the beginning now that is her like companion, and they basically are running from the Section 9 and like that whole company and all that. Finally, the final battle comes. I thought the final battle was actually really cool when she was fighting the spider tank. I thought that was so cool. But then like it was a cool scene put in, like surrounded by a bunch of garbage that I didn't really care about. And I'm kind of quickly going through the movie, but really it was very slow paced, and it was very slow to get to this point, and I thought it just dragged on big time. And then finally, when you get to the end, she does like this thing, like I'm pretty sure I saw it in the anime, like a little clip of it. She goes like this. I thought that was so dumb. I started laughing in the theater. I thought it was so dumb. I thought it was like, bye-bye! That's literally what it was. And I was like, this is so stupid. That's when I just got up and I was like, well, that sucked. And then I walked out. That was the whole movie for me, guys. I didn't think it was that great. I do not recommend it. But guys, tell me down in the comments, if you've seen the movie, what did you guys think of the movie? I do want to hear your opinions. If you liked it, tell me that you liked it. Don't be afraid. I'm not gonna bash you because you like the movie. I like plenty of movies that nobody else likes. I like the Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. That's right. You heard me. I actually enjoy that movie. I know it's garbage. I know it sucks. But I just like it. I'm entertained when I watch it, even though I know it's really bad. That's just how I am. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. So guys, give me a like if you like the video. Share the video to all your movie buff friends, all that kind of stuff. Tell them about my channel that I talk about movies, do movie reviews, and trailer reactions. All three things that I think are very important into the movie world stuff thing. Yeah, big blockbuster movies. Yeah, that stuff. And comment below. Tell me what you guys thought of the Ghost in the Shell movie. Thank you guys very much for watching. I very much appreciate it. Bye-bye. Alrighty guys, if you like this video, you guys can subscribe right over here. Tell people about my channel. Tell all your movie friends about my channel. If you guys like movie reviews, movie news, or even some trailer reactions, it's all right here on my channel, so subscribe guys. I also have some social media tags down in the bottom right corner, and to make it even easier for you guys, I have social media links in the bottom description, so you guys can easily access my social media and follow me there. But before you guys do that, I also have 2 videos below me that I think you guys would really, really enjoy. Thank you guys very much for watching this video. I very much appreciate it. Bye-bye.